Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back. I think I read this line, so next line. How long have you two been playing?
Since I was young.
Lily nods at Hanako's brief answer.
Hanako taught me how to play soon after I met her. I can beat her every now and then, but that's a rarity. I don't seem to have the right mindset for it.
If Lily came to Yamaku at the start of high school and met Hanako when she moved to the dorms, that would mean she'd only been playing for about 1 year. After seeing Hanako's level of play, I'm not too surprised Lily has trouble beating her.
But she's better at languages than I am, so...
Lily gives an appreciative, if slightly amused smile at Hanako's quick reversal of her compliment.
Well, that's how it is.
Much to everyone's surprise, the bell suddenly rings, heralding an end to the lunch break.
That game lasted longer than I thought it did.
Same. I guess we better get back to class. Hanako's already in the middle of packing up, so I take Lily's bag and offer it to her. To my surprise, she takes it and nods, but then places it back down on the table.
Hisao, may I make a request?
Sure, go ahead.
Would you mind if I quickly feel your face?
That sounds a bit odd, Lily. Why do you want to feel my face? I know it's a good face, but, Hanako's right there. Oh, no, go ahead. I don't mind. The question takes me severely off guard, but once I regain my composure, it seems sensible enough. So far, Lily's had no idea what I actually look like, and this would be her only way to find out. Lily raises her right hand, which I take in mine and guide to my face before letting go. The room is entirely silent as Lily's hand moves over and around my features, from my chin to my cheeks to everywhere else. I expected this to feel a lot more disquieting than it does. I suppose that's because the action is entirely a matter of practicality, being functionally no different to simply looking at someone's face. Her hand is soft, but what takes me by surprise is the length of her fingers, not to mention how sure even the slightest of her movements are. I have no doubt that her level of tactile feeling would be far beyond mine. Her hand briefly runs once through my hair before retreating. I'm sure that every inch of my face has been committed to her memory. It's only now, too, that I realize Hanako has been silently watching the entire time. You can feel my face too, Hanako.
Thank you for letting me do that, Hisao. And if I might add, I think you were quite handsome.
Yes! She thinks I'm handsome. Fuck yeah. I blush a little at her remark before raising a questioning eyebrow. But if you can't see how...
Just because I can't see, that doesn't mean I don't have my own preferences. We'd better go now.
Yeah, that's a good point. I guess we'll see you later then, Lily. Lily's pouting face. So cute. Walking through the hallways back to our classrooms, I noticed that Hanako seems quieter than before, but also more comfortable. Lily, her hand on Hanako's shoulder, seems to pick up on her assured pace as well, smiling as they walk. If I could spend the rest of my time at Yamaku like this, I don't think it'd be so bad. All that's needed for joy are small exchanges of happiness after all. As I reach my desk and set my bag beside it, I realize something, or rather, my stomach does. I was so busy with those two, I forgot to buy lunch. Damn it! I'm hungry. I forgot my lunch. Someone give me a pizza. Saturday, my second most favorite day of the week. This is almost entirely due to the fact that it is the day with the second least amount of school, with class ending at the beginning of lunch. I open my door confidently, myself being more than confident of being able to get enjoyment out of the fine weather and shorter class length. I confidently stride down the hallway and down the stairs to the lobby of the male dorms. Didn't we already use confidently twice? God damn it. Too many confidence. I confidently look behind me to see whose footsteps are approaching. I lose my confidence of this day being enjoyable. Oi man, sup? Not much, I guess. Just looking forward to the afternoon. You? He wraps an arm around my slumped shoulders far too comfortably. Something's up. Let's step outside, shall we? I was just about to, before you stopped me. He doesn't take my reaction to his theatrics well. Ignoring him, I walk outside and start down the steps. It doesn't take too long for him to catch up with me again. I wonder if he wants money, or to rant about another conspiracy. Maybe both. I've got a bone to pick with you. Uh-huh. It's about that blonde. You know who I'm talking about. Conspiracy it is. For a moment I contemplate feigning ignorance, but realize this will go quicker if I just let him get it all out. Lilly, the one from your class? You're on first name terms with her? He looks positively shocked at this development. He did not expect me to be able to answer. He gathers himself and coughs into his fist dramatically, like everything he does. Well, never mind. I'm here to warn you. You know, man to man. Warn me about what, Lilly? Yeah, you don't know her, man. It's mostly true. I've only known her in Hanako for less than 2 weeks, and even then, we've just been exchanging banal chatter around school as we while away lunch. I'm pretty sure you don't either. Well, that's not the point. You're the one spending inordinate amounts of time with her. It distresses me that someone like Kenji, who's probably as far out of the loop as one could possibly get, knows about such a trivial matter as who I choose to befriend. Then again, I am a transfer student, and she's not only the representative of their class, but also a tall blonde. Maybe I should appreciate this ranting as a warning that the rumor mill exists in the school, and that I'm firmly within it. It's just lunch, nothing special. Look, man, under the bridge. See this bridge? You're under it. A man's gotta do what a man's gotta do to get intel. Well, just want to make sure you don't end up too far under the bridge. You're losing me, Kenji. Well, that's okay. Lots of people get lost. Well, that's why I'm here to help. Just be careful around here, okay? She looks all harmless on the outside, but I've heard shit. Bad shit. You know the student council, right? He seems to involuntarily shudder as he says the words. Putting him and Shizune together in a room is an amusing mental exercise. I wonder if they've met. Yeah, Shizune and Misha are in my class. I seem to have dodged the draft, though. Good man, good man. But the blonde, she was there, in the student council. Right, damn, there. I see, and she's not there now. Seriously, think about it. Something must have gone down. I stopped walking for a moment, giving the idea more thought than I probably should. It would explain that fight the two had, at least in part. Wait, no, not really. Even leaving the student council would need a catalyst. In the end, it doesn't explain much at all, other than the fact that their feud goes back some ways. I guess you have a point. I'm not seeing how that really affects me, though. Okay, now field this one. Lilly's foreign, obviously. Obviously? Now, what nationality is she? I open my mouth to give the answer, but realize that I have none. In fact, I've given the matter very little thought. Given that she has no accent and acts perfectly Japanese, I suppose it never really seemed important. Now that he mentions it, though, I am rather curious. To be honest, I don't know. Maybe English? They like tea. I probably shouldn't retort to stereotypes, but that's the only lead I have. You're not thinking. Luckily, you have me here to think for you. Gee, thanks. He brushes off the quip effortlessly. Now answer me this. Who has lots of social power, is filthy stinking rich, you know blondes are all rich, right? Has a long history of disputes, and used to belong to a much lower congenital. The Roman Catholic Church? Well, okay, there's that. But there's also the Mafia. Come on, rich, foreign. There's no way she doesn't have connections to them. Blah, blah, blah. God damn it. I have reasons to doubt the logic of his deductions, but he shows no signs of stopping. So, you know where I think she's from? Italy? Mainland Italy. God damn it! Kenji, why? Small time, dude. She has to be from Sicily. All those mafioso types come from there. Wait, no. Russia. Damn, this could be bad. The mafia there is serious business, man. Ex-KGB everywhere. Paramilitaries, hardcore smuggling, and... Wait, stop. Just slow down a sec. What point are you trying to get at here?
You don't know what you'll do, man. I won't get in your way. Agents don't operate like that. But I just want you to be careful. When the time comes, we'll need all the help we can get. I don't want to lose you, comrade.
Well, at least he's concerned for me, kinda. I wave goodbye to him as we separate out to our respective classes, but I'm not sure that he sees the gesture. For the love of God, please, I don't want to talk to Kenji again. Piling my books into my bag, I catch a glimpse of the library books I borrowed last week. I might as well return them, considering they took all of 2 days to finish. I briefly consider inviting Hanako along to the library, but she's already gone. It'll probably be better for my studying if I'm alone anyway. With a quick stretch and a wave to a couple of classmates who give the same to me, I make my way out of the classroom. As I open my bag and shove the books through the return slots in front of the counter, I notice a strange person behind the desk, old and graying. She must be Yuko's replacement when she's working at the cafe. I begin looking for a free table, a task made somewhat difficult considering that, despite there not being many students in here, they're all sitting at their own tables. Noticing a familiar head of hair, I walk over to one near the braille section. It's hard to tell whether Lily's concentrating hard or not, her placid expression holding perfectly still as her finger slides across the dot-filled pages of her book. Hi, mind if I sit here?
Oh, no problem at all.
She trails off, evidently still focused on her business at hand.
Ah, Hisao.
She gives a nod of greeting as I sit opposite her at the table, pluck a chemistry textbook out of my bag, and quickly thumb to the chapter we're covering in class. For a while we sit there and read, each in our own way. Seeing her reminds me of what Kenji said this morning, though. That and the fact that I've never seen someone read in braille before makes me keep throwing glances at her. I kind of feel guilty about it, given that she has no way to realize I'm doing so. So I decide to just ask her about it. Her lineage isn't exactly a state secret, after all, and there is another thing I'm only just noticed from her movements. Hey Lily, mind if I ask a question?
Not at all. Is anything wrong?
I was just wondering, you're at least part foreign, right? She gives a small giggle before setting down her book.
I've always been amused at how squeamish people are about that. Akira's mentioned how much she and I look different from others before. The details are a bit complicated, but I'm half Japanese, half Scottish.
Scottish. That was not exactly my first guess. It takes some effort to not blurt it out loud. I try to conjure images of the place in my mind. I think as far as the UK goes, Scotland isn't bad to live in, but I'm not really sure. My first guess of England was surprisingly close, at least geographically. That does leave another question though. But you have no accent?
That's where the details begin. I was born and raised in Japan, despite my mother being foreign.
Ah, I get it. Hold on. If she moved to the dorm simply due to Akira working longer hours, so they don't live near the school? She gives a small sigh, as if she didn't expect me to go any deeper. Was her previous frankness just a front?
Not exactly. It's been a long time since we've actually met.
I feel like I'm not getting the whole story, but I don't really want to go unduly prying into her situation. Her about-face shows she feels some kind of awkward about it. So, do you speak much English? To be honest, I don't know that much about Scotland, but at least I know that's the main language there. It takes her a moment to collect herself, appreciating the change of topic.
That's right. My family mostly used Japanese around the house when I was young, but they made sure Akira and I knew our Scottish side as well. I'm fluent in the language, but I'm also studying it in school, to keep my skills up and to have the qualifications on paper mainly.
So you're bilingual? That's pretty impressive.
I wouldn't go that far. Having parents who can speak the language is a large advantage, and English books in Braille aren't too hard to buy or import, with Yuko's help at least. There's a relatively high demand for local English teachers here anyway, which also helps give me some motivation to learn it as well.
Demand for English teachers? For a moment I wonder why she brought this up. You're planning to be an English teacher? She gives an enthusiastic nod. It must be nice, having such a definitive future in mind. But I've never really given much thought to mine, so I'm kinda envious.
What's wrong?
It's just, I could see you as a teacher pretty easily. It suits you. For a moment she's speechless. She lowers her face and lets out a nervous giggle, something I've never seen her do before. With Lily's role as a class representative and her dependable nature, teaching does seem to be a line of work fitting her personality. Sorry, that was probably a little much. It is true, though. Waving her hand in front of her face dismissively, she quickly recovers. I'm gonna end the part there. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later. Peace!